Hi guys, it's Arielle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. We just got back from our very first trip to Costco Paris. If you guys haven't seen that whole experience video, then I'll link it down below. It's definitely worth a watch. But initially, I was not also planning on filming a haul video, but 600 euros later, I was like, I have to show the people the deals, because that was the craziest part about Costco in France, is that the deals were unhinged. I'm talking 30 to 50% cheaper than what you would buy in a regular grocery store. So I was just, that's how we ended up with all this. So without further ado, let me start showing you guys. The very first few items I see, which are probably the most boring, are the household items, which again, we were just rolling down the aisles and we couldn't resist because they were so much cheaper. So we got 140 dishwasher pods. Like normally we buy these in packs of 20 for 10 euros. Okay, so this is 140. I have my highlighter here to check off every time I tell you a price, otherwise I'm gonna lose myself. 140 pods for $19.99. We also got 180 garbage bags. It's ridiculous. This will take us 3 years to go through. Same thing, $19.99. 42 rolls of toilet paper for $24.99. The reason why I'm laughing is that, like, these are great prices and everything, but Jean and I are a two-person household, so it's just the quantities were not made for us. But next we have these two beautiful bottles of gin. The brand is called Gorgeous Gin and they're made in France. And I love gin. I also love a good bottle because we reuse these as vases or water carafes when we're done with the gin. But we got two because my mom also loves a good fancy bottle of gin. And I thought that'd be a really fun gift to bring her home. We also, when it comes to alcohol, there was so much. There was wine, there was champagne, there was every liquor under the sun you could think of. And the quantities, again, were just insane. Not only was it really cheap, but the bottles were like 2 liters, 1 liter, just so much bigger than what you would find in a regular grocery store. But we also got this really fun watermelon flavored vodka. And again, it's made in France. The gin was $28.99 and the vodka was $24.99. I'm also forgetting we got one more alcoholic beverage. Molson Canadian beer, an 18 pack. Now, I know there are amazing beers in Europe, but you just cannot buy this. Like, you could not go to a grocery store and buy Molson Canadian. So as soon as we saw that in Costco, we knew we had to get it. And those were $18.79, which is definitely pricier than French beer, but it was worth it. We also rented a car to go to Costco, so that's why we bought all these heavy items, especially the beers. It's annoying to just buy a 6-pack and have to bring that home with all your groceries, so we figured while we had a car was the time to buy a big case of beer. Here was another shocking price. We got 2 packs of these bottles of dishwash soap, and 1 pack was €4.69. That is the price of 1 bottle. Like, we don't have room for this much dish soap, but it just does not make sense not to buy this when you are literally basically getting 4 bottles for free. We also got a 28 pack of these Breton cookies. I don't know how to describe them. They're just these light buttery cookies that you have for breakfast. You dip it in your coffee or tea. And this was $14.99. That was a buy for Jean. I know it's dumb, but we got this beef jerky. This was $13.99. And again, it's like This is something you could only get at Costco. You would not ever find beef jerky in a French grocery store. But I was just like, we have to get this, Jean. I love beef jerky, and the smell is crazy. So good. Another sort of kitchen item. We got this 26-piece glassware set. This was 36 euros. And the reason we jumped at this is because typically we're really trying to get rid of all of our plastic containers. So we have been slowly accumulating glass Tupperware from IKEA. And the problem with that is that every single glass bottom, like the container, is pretty affordable. It's like, what? Maybe $4.99, between $4.99 to $6.99 depending on the size. But then you also have to buy the lid, which is between $1.99 and $4.99. So depending on the style and size you get, one container ends up being around 10 euros. And then you have to lug them home on the metro, and it's so inconvenient. So when we saw this 26-piece set for 36 euros, I lost my mind. And again, it's 26 pieces, which means part of those 26 are the lids. But it's still just such a good deal. This is what they look like. Oh, I like that it includes circle ones as well. Oh, and it's so nice. They have, hopefully you can see, but they have like the different sizes from big to small on the inside. Oh, I love it. And I'm so relieved I don't have to go to IKEA and get more. I also got a lot of coffee grains. I go through coffee like it's water, so I definitely appreciate having these really big packs. We got two different kinds. This one is from Costa Rica. They were sampling it and it tasted really good. And this one was $17.99, but I kind of hesitated because I typically only buy, like as with everything, all fresh produce, we typically only buy organic. So I bought that to try it because I really did like it when they were sampling it. But then we also got this one as well, which is organic, and it's also, I don't know what the English translation was, but in French it's commerce équitable, ethical business. So yeah, I really wanted to try both because for some reason the ethical and organic coffee was less expensive than the non-organic and non-ethical, so I really wanted to get a taste test on both of them. This was one of my favorite purchases. We got just these rectangular memory foam pillows. First and foremost, it is so hard to find a rectangular shaped pillow in France. Typically, stores will sell them in squares, which I don't love because I'm used to the North American rectangle. But I've been wanting to replace my pillow for probably a year, but I don't like that you can't really test them out. Like if you buy online, you can't really test the firmness of them. And I love a nice firm memory foam pillow. So that's what these two are. And since we moved, we also hadn't replaced Jean's pillows, and he right now is sleeping on like a decorative pillow. Like the inside is just not a super high quality pillow, and he's not at all picky, so it doesn't bother him, but it bothers me that we don't have a proper pillow for him. So here we go, 2 matching pillows. Moving on back. This was another thing. I was like, the price, I can't say no. It's a 32 pack of cannelé, which is a specialty pastry from Bordeaux, if I'm not mistaken. And typically one cannelé in a boulangerie, which is obviously more fresh and homemade and is €2.50. So to get 32 of them for €8.99, I was like, this is unreal. Now that I think about it though, I didn't even make sure they were made in France, so let's just double check that. Yes, they are made in France. It's good. They're authentic. Ooh, okay. Never mind. I understand the price now. I definitely know this brand, and I definitely... Like, this is not the real size of a Kitchenware. Normally, they're double this size, so, okay, I get it. I get the price now. That's a little bit misleading. But still, 32, that's not a bad price. I can't believe that. Another household item. This was actually the very first thing we put in our cart. It was right at the entrance of Costco, and it immediately caught my eye because we have been looking for one of these for probably 7 months, and I've been trying to find them secondhand. They're hard to come by, and they are pricey if you buy them brand new. So it's from the brand called Staub, which is made in France. This is the lid. Wow. I think it's called a cast iron pot. It's basically the same thing as Le Creuset, if you're familiar with that brand, but it's just not as known, I think, which is probably why they're a little bit less expensive. But yeah. This was still pricey though, okay? This one was $149, I think. Yes, $149.99. And to me, that's a great price, but we Googled it just to be sure. And we saw that they were retailing for about $2.29. So that is 80 euros saved, okay? Like, this was such a good deal. The only thing that made me hesitate is the size. It's a 5-liter pan, which is definitely enough for Jean and I, but I'm wondering just down the line, later on in life, will this still be the right size for us? Oh my god, it's so heavy. Moving on to everything on this table. Let me get my receipts. We got bagels. Again, I didn't want this many bagels. I thought it was just 1 pack of bagels, but we got to the cash and she was like, oh, this should be a 2-pack. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, let me go get you the other one. I was like, I don't need 12 bagels. Because John doesn't even like them, so I don't know how I'm gonna eat these. And again, we have a French-sized fridge. We don't have space anywhere in the freezer to put this many bagels. But this was $6.99. We also got some Italians Do It Better pasta sauce. And again, I saw this. I saw the price and was like, should we buy 100 of them? Because you guys, in stores, a bottle half this size is about 6 euros. The price for 2 of them, double the size, $6.99. I don't know how Costco is getting these prices. I don't know. This was another one that was actually insane. These Baby Bells, which is a guilty pleasure. I know I'm in France. I shouldn't be eating Baby Bell, but these Baby Bells, 28 of them, $7.99. Do you know how much I pay for a pack of 6? $4.99. So for 2 euros more, you're getting 5 times the amount. What? We got this big box of candies. Again, this was a pick for Jean because I'm really trying to avoid sugar, but he loves these fizzy candies. This was $8.99. We also found maple syrup, which is the exact same maple syrup that we buy in Canada. The exact same maple syrup that Jean and I stocked up in our suitcases and brought all the way back to France for what? I don't know. Because you'd think it'd be expensive. $12.99. The exact same price you could buy in Canada. Just insane. We got an umbrella for $16.99. You can never have too many umbrellas, especially in the springtime in Paris. 500 grams of mascarpone, $3.79. 500 grams of buffalo mozzarella, $6.99. these raspberry mousse desserts in glass jars, 6 of them for $7.99. Another pick for Jean. We got these 2 sweet cereals for $4.99. And the last thing before we get to the pre-packaged meals, we got these 3 packs of Arielle for $16.49. And Arielle is this really delicious potato cheese dish. It's like the cheese and the potato are mushed together, so when you spoon it up, it's like a gooey, cheesy potato. And typically one of these, again, will sell for about 10 euros. Three of them for 16 is absolutely unhinged. The last 2 things we got, I'll save the best for last. We wanted to taste test one of the ready-made dishes, and surprisingly a lot of them were similar to what you would find in the Costco's in Toronto. Like, the first thing we saw was a pack of ribs. Like, this is a very French dish. Excellent French dish. But at the end, we saw this ready-made tartiflette. So we're going to try this tonight. And this was $14.99. And this could honestly feed 6 people. And the last thing we got, which was sent to me from my dreams, okay, is this absolutely massive red velvet cake. Again, it's something that is not sold typically in French grocery stores, never sold in bakeries. It's so rare to find a red velvet cake, let alone one that is double the size of my head. And this was $12.99. Let me just part the way here. So yeah, that is everything we got from Costco. It was honestly such a fun experience. It was nice as well because the membership wasn't too expensive. It was 36 euros for the membership. And given the deals we got, it was absolutely worth it. I don't know how often we'll go because we had to rent a car to go, and yeah, it was more of a one-time experience kind of thing, but it was definitely very fun and interesting to see how it compares to Costco in Canada. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of everything we got. If you've been to the Costco in France before and we missed out on some really good deals, let us know because we went on a weekend, it was jam-packed. I have never seen so many people in one place in my life. And so by the end of it, we were just like rushing through the last entire side of Costco because there was just too many people. You couldn't even get a buggy down an aisle. So let me know if we missed any great deals. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.